Old and New Dubai Culture. Dubai, a city known for its dynamic fusion of tradition and innovation, encapsulates the intriguing interplay between old and new cultures. This Emirati metropolis boasts a rich historical heritage, where the echoes of pearl diving, bustling slooks linger alongside the glittering skyscrapers and global influences that define its modern identity. In Dubai, you can witness the vibrant tapestry of tradition and transformation, where ancient customs and contemporary aspirations seamlessly coexist, thus creating a cultural mosaic that is both fascinating as well as entertaining. Now we are going to look at the cultural values in Old Dubai. So first we're going to talk about the architecture. Now the architecture in Dubai is characterized by its unique design elements, the intricate geometric patterns you can see in old buildings. They are very fascinatingly carved, and wind towers, minarets. These are seen especially in mosques and other historical sites. As you can see in this picture, it features the wind towers, then the long building over there is the minaret, and then you can see in these old buildings, they are very fascinating designs carved on the walls. Now, next up, we have the Al Wasl Dome. So, this is situated at the heart of Expo 2020 Dubai, which was a world exhibition which was held here in 2020 post the pandemic. Now, this building has featured the historic designs of the old traditions of Dubai, and it is an interplay between the tradition and modernity, thus showcasing UAE's rich cultural heritage and its commitment to innovation. So, some of the features, as I said, was geometric design, illumination, cultural symbolism, and sustainability. So, sustainability basically it was the lighting. It made sure that the illumination was eco-friendly. So we also have the traditional Arabian architecture, which emphasizes the use of natural materials such as stone, brick, wood, etc. And these are particularly used because they are good for the weather in Dubai. So it also features courtyard designs, which reflect the value of family and community. Now let's take a look at the traditional music and folk dance over here. Then the musical traditions are influenced by religious values that emphasize the importance of vocal and instrumental music in worship and celebrations. So these are some of the instruments which we used in traditional music. The first one is the oud, and the second one is the qanun. So another type of popular folk dance is the Al Ayala. You might have seen it in events. It's very common, where the men and boys would dress up in kanduras and they would take sticks, usually bamboos, and they would move in unison according to the beat played by drums. For the women, it was Khariji, which is a joyful, lively, expressive, and delicate dance which is performed mostly at weddings, functions which involve and depict happiness and celebration. Now let's talk about the traditional attire, which is worn by the men and women here in Dubai. So for the men, it is the thobe or the kandura, while women wear the abaya and the hijab, which these vary in style and design throughout. Now, for men, as I said in the previous slide, it is a long white robe, which is known as a kandura, and a head covering. This is known as the agal. So, these signify modesty, comfort, and reflect the desert climate. For women, they wear abaya, which is a full length cloak that adheres to Islamic modesty principles. Hijab is the covering worn by women on their head, and besides this, some may also wear the niqab and burqa based on personal choice. Now, the cuisine it's known for its spices such as cardamom, saffron, and cinnamon. Dishes such as biryanis, kebabs are very common over here, and you must try it over here. Dates and coffee are a symbol of hospitality over here. If you go to any of the old houses, the old traditional locals would welcome you as this is known as kahwa, the coffee, and it is basically a gesture of welcome. Now we're going to talk about Bedouins. These are nomadic people, meaning they moved from place to place. They lived in black tents and they herd livestock such as camels, goats, and they practically wore clothing which was suitable for the desert. Self sufficiency and trade are some of the features which were essential for survival. Well, now as time has passed by, they have modernized, but their cultural values, however, still persist. So, the traditional values, some of the distinct features of UAE's heritage and hospitality, tolerance, family cohesion, and solidarity among members of the society, along with honor and pride associated with being part of this union. So, the this has been featured even the year 2019 was the year of tolerance. Next up, we're going to talk about the Emirati traditions which persist in the past. So these were deeply rooted with the environment of the desert and the Bedouin way of life. So the first one is pearl driving. So this was a significant source of income for many Emiratis in the past. They would go deep into the Persian Gulf in order to receive valuable pearls, and this was a major source of income for the locals. Then another one was fishing. These were how they used to survive, and they relied on fishing for their livelihoods. They used traditional techniques such as local boats, as you can see in the picture over there, and fish was basically a staple of the Emirati diet. Now, the nomadic lifestyle, as we have seen, the Bedouins they moved from one place to another and they lived on trade and they survived with. They often engaged in livestock such as camels, goats, etc. The trade and caravans, the strategic location of UAE at the center, has facilitated the exchange of goods between Asia, Africa, as well as Europe. Then the caravans, the Bedouin caravans, they help transport goods such as spices, textiles, and precious metals. Then the Emiratis engaged in traditional arts such as weaving, pottery, as you can see in the picture down below. Now, camel racing was another popular tradition, and the Emiratis they have always valued camels, and this is a popular sport which still thrives today. Now, let's talk about the cultural dynamics in New Dubai. Now, let's talk about the cultural dynamics in New Dubai. Now, let's talk. Now, globalization and modernization have transformed Dubai into a global city. These have led to economic diversification, impressive infrastructure. However, despite all this, it still faces certain challenges. Now, the global influence has extends to finance, education, healthcare, and it has also posed challenges, as I said before, such as culture preservation, in income equality, etc. But however, the leaders are working in order to achieve the vision for Dubai. Next, let's see the social and lifestyle contrast between old and new Dubai. Next, let's see the social and lifestyle contrast between old and new Dubai. Next, let's see the social and lifestyle contrast between old and new Dubai. So, in old Dubai, the entertainment basically revolved along cultural experiences such as visits to historic sites, art galleries, and traditional performance such as the dances and folk music, which we have seen before. And there were also leisure activities such as the dog cruises. In New Dubai, people they go to the Dubai Opera and malls as well as the Coca-Cola Arena, which is a home for many concerts. Now, social interactions and relationships. In the case of Old Dubai, it tends to be more traditional and conservative, and the locals may prioritize close relationships, families, communities, etc. And qualities such as generosity are highly valued. Now, in the case of New Dubai, it's more of networking. The cosmopolitan lifestyle has led to a more diverse and global social circle. The interactions are less traditional, and networking is very common right now. So basically, as Dubai is modernizing, it still preserves its rich cultural heritage and close community bonds. It embraces a more modern and cosmopolitan way of life, and it thus creates a dynamic contrast between these two regions, while offering contemporary experience and both traditional visits to historical sites. Now we will look at some of the initiatives by the government in order to preserve the historic sites. Now we will look at some of the initiative sites. So the Vision 21 and beyond has set goals for the cities and initiatives such as the Vision 2021. It aims to create a sustainable and diversified economy whilst preserving the rich cultural heritage of Dubai. Now, the leadership's commitment, the government, under the guidance of its great leaders, has shown a commitment to innovation, modernization, as well as development while respecting the old traditions. Now, sustainable development, it's the theme of the upcoming GITEX as well. There are several green initiatives which have been launched, such as the Dubai Clean Energy Strategy 2050, etc. Then they are also engaging in sustainable infrastructure, such as the Dubai Metro and tram system, and they are also working on sustainable urban planning. Now, whilst doing all this, they are making sure they preserve the heritage and traditions, such as the sites that Al Fahidi, Bastakia, and Shindaga, as well as the Al Shindaga Museum, which aims to promote a glimpse into the culture of Old Dubai. So these are pictures of some of the popular heritage sites. That's Al Bastakia, and that's the museum. So the supports for the arts group, the Dubai Culture and Arts Authority, fosters the development of local and international artistic and cultural initiatives, thus preserving and promoting Emirati culture. Then heritage and culture education, Dubai makes sure that the youth are given the knowledge of the old heritage sites and they know about their culture. And in order to achieve this, institutions have offered several courses. So, tourism and promotion, Dubai's tourism sector successfully blends modernity and tradition. The attractions such as the historical sites, Bastakia, as well as the Dubai Museum, these all offer a dynamic blend alongside the luxury shopping and futuristic attractions. And it also has a diverse community, which is evident over here. You can see the vast array of population and all the different cultures, how they seemingly coexist. Dubai's government has shown a commitment to achieving a delicate balance between both tradition and progress by investing in sustainable development, preserving its rich cultural heritage, and promoting the arts and fostering a diverse and inclusive community. It aims to continue its growth as a global city while honoring its tradition and values. Thank you.